So, Mark, agents are trying to list the house without even seeing it, giving a price and everything. I, we both saw this on Facebook, Concerned Citizens. I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah.
I want to tell people this is Mark and Diane from Real Estate News and Views. And what is your initial reaction to that, Mark?
Well, one thing when I do something like that, and sometimes we do get phone calls like that, I just want to value. I just let me know what it's priced for. I give them a range. How can we? I haven't seen the property, haven't done any homework on it. I'm just really at the end of the day, I'd just be guessing, right? Really, right? And pull up the article, and I'll keep talking a bit because I think
Well,
there's
yeah, because the article's saying like
more comment.
they have to sell.
Okay, pull the article up.
Yeah.
It's highly unlikely that someone can, would even accept that an evaluation without even seeing is not normal.
It's not normal. It says, is it normal for real estate agents to list your house for sale without even seeing it, including setting the price? Member team is pressuring me to sign the contract at a price I feel is a little low. It's a divorce sale and time is of the essence, but no one has even seen the house.
So the PH team, that's Peggy Hill, I would assume.
I would assume,
I
I
would assume.
mean,
You don't know, but
I don't
whatever.
know. And hold on,
Because
it's getting very stuck. And it says from an anonymous citizen too.
they don't want their name up there, right? They don't want to be just put their name up there. So, you know what? The first thing that comes to my mind is that that's the way you're going to start a relationship with that kind of pressure and considering the circumstances. This is a traumatic time for people right now where the economy is and where life is in general. Now they're getting a divorce or whatever. Um, that family's under a lot of stress, right? And to put that kind of pressure and be seeing there presuming me to sign pressuring me to sign the contract. Not a great way. Let's be honest, Diane. It's a terrible way. Get rid of that agent. That's the number one thing you should do right there.
Well, that's the thing. And my other thing, and we've talked about it in other videos, you should be dealing with at least three.
100%. Get three. Don't disclose that it's a divorce. Don't disclose that. Just say we're thinking of selling your home. Put your home in the best condition possible before the agents come in and see it, right? Make sure it's clean, make sure it's tidy, whatever you got to do. Declutter it, whatever. And get three people in, like you said. And don't let them go over, well, okay, starting off with, well, your neighborhood's, a couple down the road are asking 1-2 or 1-3. And so I'm thinking 1-1. You need backup. We
What's
need
sold.
backup. What's sold? Listed, tell them what's listed and talk about why they're not selling. That's number one thing that I would do.
Yeah.
Then give them an evaluation based on sold properties, not just what's listed. And getting three gives you an idea because there's always going to be one higher. And a famous tool for real estate agents is give them a real high valuation because they're going to go with us.
Well,
That's
this one
not
seems
working
to be,
anymore.
well, whoever, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, they seem to think the price they're getting is too low.
That's why it's important to get three.
Yeah.
Okay, before we begin, anyone's looking for a home evaluation, by the way, click the links in the top of our descriptions. Anyone's looking to buy a property based on your price point, neighborhood, etc., click the link down for buyers. And remember, hit the subscribe button for more information on the Simcoe Barrie real estate market. That's, that's the safest bet. Get three. And then work with the ones that make you more comfortable.
Well, and I think it's really important too, which we don't really, well, I guess we say it a little bit, but not too much, is to get somebody that is knows the Barrie market very well because
Important.
you showed a house over, well, was it on Friday?
Thursday.
And you guys you liked it, your client liked it. We thought it was priced okay.
Let me pull up the information. Not the information, but the text, because I think I sent. It's important. A little bit about these folks is that they've been looking for a property with a pool, um, good layout in a good area. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to go back and have a conversation. I think I sent to them. A minute. Hang on 1 second. Here it is. So I said to them, yeah, the place is very nice. What's the neighborhood like? I said, it's a good area. It's not an A, it's a B neighborhood, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Could we go see both of them? So we looked at that one. It was priced at $1,099,000. Showed well presented. I like the look of it. Seller put some work into it from presentation staging, extremely ready for, show ready kind of property. What's the price like? 1,099,000. I think the price is okay. It's not too high, but I think it's priced properly for the market where it is today.
Yeah.
So we show it, and of course they like the property, and we need the weekend to think about it. So I reached out to the agent on Saturday, introduced myself, showed the listing on Thursday. Clients like the property. Um, what's going on with it? Meaning, is there any offers? He said, yeah, we had one offer at full list price, and we didn't even sign it back. I went, what? You didn't sign it back? No, it's worth 1.2 any day of the week. I went, well, before I get mad. So I went, well, you know what? Good luck with your sale. Take care. It's not a 1.2.
Well, and let's also say that they were not withholding offers. They were not pricing it at a low price,
No,
withholding offers to get a
no,
bidding war.
no, no, they're not. So
That
that's
wasn't,
very, very tough. Then I had to go back to my seller Saturday afternoon and say, hey, I just had a conversation. Stop thinking about it because they want 1.2. They didn't even do a sign back on the 1.1. This market, Diane, what I don't understand is that it's even more fragile now than it's been in the last 2 years. It's very fragile right now.
yeah, it is.
It's not a tipping scales where it's going to go up and it's going to get better. It's going to get down. It's going to get worse. That's the way.
Well, and one thing I wanted to talk about, the reason why I brought that up is because you and I have been going through listings in that neighborhood all the way back to a year.
2 years. The one we looked at was 2023.
Yeah. But our initial one, we went back a year. We couldn't find anything that sold even close to that.
No,
So
no.
we were saying, like, where is he getting this 1.2? Is he getting it from the A neighborhood?
That's what I thought right away. From like a Turner, Royal Park area, Bayshore, Innisfil area, those streets. Yeah.
Like,
Because
where did that? Well, he's got the 1.2 in his head from somewhere.
oh, 100%. But what I didn't necessarily like, how well is he representing his clients by communicating, saying that to me? We got an offer full list. We want 1.2. So basically, he just shut off all negotiations and interest from our buyers. That's what
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
He went, if you don't bring me 1.2, we're not interested. All right, see you later. We're done. We're not going back.
Yeah.
This market, make sure we go and show the viewers the inventory in this market because they need to see it so we can back it up. There is a ton of listings in this.
Oh, yeah. So,
There's way too many. And so, you know, I just question the the level of experience and qualified agents giving advice today. I question it.
well,
I,
not only that, yeah, like what, like if you want 1.2, why are you priced at 199,
right,
1099?
right.
Why didn't he price at 1.2 then?
It was just okay. It wasn't fabulous. It wasn't backing on ravine. Wasn't granite countertops. It wasn't had the bathrooms were nice. Kitchen the layout was decent. Things like that. I've seen a lot better,
So
and I would
listen,
expect a lot better.
just between 1 million and 1.2, there's 76.
Right. There's a lot of product on the market. And I want you to pull up the spreadsheet more than anything to show what is selling in that range so the viewer's going to get a really good idea. So in this range, we're seeing on average about 8% of the total listings in that million and above range selling at any time in the Barrie market. At times, we'll see it go 12, 13%. It hasn't made 15, hasn't made 20, hasn't made 25 in the last 2 years. So anytime we see a listing coming up in the higher range, we go, oh, There's another one to the list. There's another one to the list. It's going to sit and collect dust if it's not priced right. I
Did
just
you,
don't understand how where the valuations are coming from today, and I question that agent's ability to understand what market he's in.
well, that's the thing. I don't think he's not a Barrie agent, is he?
Not.
No, of course not.
He's in an
No.
okay area. He's not in a great area. He's in an okay area.
Yeah.
If he was listed in a great area, 1.2, I think he'd get it. I do,
Yeah.
but not that area.
So
Okay.
143 active over a million, 12 sales.
Right. So I'm going to punch it in my calculator and tell, I know it off by heart. It's 8%, but let's just go through the motions for something to do. Oh, it's 8.39%. So let's just go 8%. 92% is not selling, Diane.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Look. It's not hard.
No.
These are the numbers from March. Okay. When we did that spreadsheet back last week, there was 871 listings in Barrie, including condos. The amount of inventory is huge right now. In
Yeah, well, yeah,
Barrie.
that's and it's getting bigger on a daily basis, you know what I
You're
mean?
right, it is. It is. It
I
is.
just don't understand what their philosophy or what the strategy was, and I don't think he was comparing it to something in the area he's in because we can't find anything that, like would have given him this idea, and he's not from around here.
No. Pretty does sell. It's nice when it's pretty, right?
Okay, Mark, 593 freeholds.
So,
I want to
but
see how many condos.
in this market, I'm very concerned with the uncertainty piece that has creeped in. Higher inflation, possibly. Definitely a more slowing economy than ever. I've seen two or three restaurants close in Barrie saying we're done last week. Um, People are not making fast decisions. This has to be taken into account.
I know.
Not going to fly off the shelves. It's just not. It's not. There's too much uncertainty in this market, and I really think he did his client, his sellers, any justice by closing off an offer. We weren't going over list price because I don't see the valuation there. No communication, like you said on the listing, about, hey, holding off on offers or give us 48 hours. I would have put that on it, 48 hours, and
Well,
see what
yeah, if you know that somebody's trying to get a bidding or trying to get over asking, your clients at least are prepared for that. Like you can advise them and say, hey, like they don't really want 1,099,000, like they're looking for more. And if my bid budget is 1,000,001, like there's not even a point of going. Like, why go? Because,
you
you
wasted
know,
everybody's time that showed it.
he did.
Got some inquiries. So how many of those people, Diane, have said that he's pissed off? Pissed me off. We're not
Yeah.
going back. How many? Six
Lots.
lots that have showed it, forgotten about it now. He's got two offers on today. So we will do a part B of this video to see. He's not getting 1.2. No one is overpaying in this market. The property valuation for that property there it's not worth any more than 1.1. Someone may go 1.110.
Well, I
Maybe,
was gonna say, if you
maybe.
get 10 or 20 over,
You're doing extremely well.
you're doing well. You're not getting 100 over.
You're not. And did he go back to those agents and give the same speech to me? Well, you know it's worth 1.2. Probably not. Or they might just said, screw you, you're going to present the offers. Or we're going to
Yeah.
send them over. Okay.
Well,
Didn't go that far because he already told me he shut down one that didn't even sign it back.
and that's another thing because we started this discussion talking about listing, right? Picking a listing agent. And that's part of the thing you should be talking about.
100%.
What is your strategy? How are you going to do this? What are you doing with that? Like you need to talk about that. Like if you're pricing it low to try to get more, you know what I mean? Like obviously the seller knows that.
Should, should,
And
but we
and
don't
how are you
know.
going to deal with it?
He didn't deal with it in the right way. He
No,
closed
and
up.
I think that's one thing we have to explain to clients or help people right now is doing this strategy of pricing it lower but expecting
It's
more.
not lower though. that pro
No,
we
but it's lower than what they expect,
well,
Mark, because he's telling them they're getting 1.2.
right, it's lower than they want, but there's no indication of a strategy. We can't look at that listing and say, what's the strategy? We know strategy. It's priced at the market. It's priced better than most, meaning because everything else is over in those ranges. So it's definitely priced. It's priced for today's market. And I keep saying it now, those are the new deals. When someone prices their property, not giving it away, so don't take it that way, but pricing it for what the market is today, buyers see those as that, let's go there because that's one of the better priced properties we've seen in months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
let's go.
you know what my thing with it
Then
is,
they go and
Mark?
get shot in the head. We say, then I look like an idiot calling my clients back on Saturday going, yeah, they want 1.2. I wish my clients would have said, well, what's it worth? I said it was worth 1.1 when we looked at it. That's all it's worth. It's not worth 1.2.
So, Mark, when you called me and told me what he said, what was the first thing I said? Well, did you ask him why he didn't price it at 1.2 then?
Oh, I don't even waste my time. I just couldn't
No,
make.
but my point is, if I'm the seller and he's saying, we're going to price it at this, but I'm going to get you 1.2, how are you doing that? What's the strategy to do that? Because
Yeah.
you're not withholding, you didn't put an offer date, you didn't even give 48-hour irrevocable,
Mhm.
you didn't give anything to indicate that you're trying to get more.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. He
So
lost.
as a
He lost.
seller, you should be asking, well, how are you going to get me 1.2 if you're pricing it at 1.1099? How?
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree. I totally agree. And those people that have shown they're not going back. They're not going back for a second viewing. Or I haven't seen any more offers coming in other than two this morning on the property.
Well,
Right.
we'll see if he can get somebody to fight to go up there. I don't know. I know that one I told you I bought with my niece,
Mhm.
they had three bidding wars three different times in a month and nobody ever hit their price. And when we finally went back after the third bidding war and went a little touch higher than we did the first time, but still not what they wanted.
Right.
They took it.
Right. But you wonder if they probably got offered more along the way and they said no.
They did.
Big mistake. When you get an offer today, you need to work with this offer.
Yeah.
Offers aren't coming in.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
The original offer, the highest one they got was the first bidding war. They said no.
Yeah.
And then they, put it back on the market at a higher price, got nothing.
Right.
Tried another bidding war. They had already bought another house. So
Right.
they were snookered, right? Tried another bidding war. Again, did not got even less than they got the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens. So, and you're representing the seller. Ask their input. Leave your ego at the back door.
Yeah.
Don't bring it in with you. Because this agent had ego. Not a hello. No, like I thought I was talking to my 18-year-old daughter for a second on the phone.
Yeah.
Whoa, terrible.
And
Whole
now
conversation went downhill.
and you know how the last video I said, when you stage your house or when you're about to sell, pretend you're the buyer. It works for negotiations as well. If you had gone and saw a house and then that agent told your agent that, even that seller would probably be pissed off if they were talked to that way and had this weird stupid strategy going on. Like, if you do things in a respectful manner, you know what I mean? Like on the up and up and respectful, and everybody has integrity through the process, then everybody feels good about trying to buy your house.
Oh yeah, my people, we're not going back. We're going to sit
No,
back and wait and see what happens. But I think I think the sellers out there really need to understand what market that we're in. They need to look at the numbers. Pull up the 10-year spreadsheet. I think this is a great tool. We keep referring to it all the time because always works its way into the conversation. So really, what Dan's going to pull up, it will show all the inventory going back to 2017. And
eight
I'm at
years. I know we got to keep saying 8 years, but
8 years going back. And the month of March, is the highest in 8 years.
mhm.
And and just look back in what 2007, and we don't even need to look at the sold because that's not what we need. We're
No, these are the active. So we're at 771. Last year was only 510.
right.
2023 was 363. 2022, 278. This is Barrie, right?
Yep.
Um, 2021, 211, 323, 450. Like that was the highest one, right? 2019 or no, 2018, we're at
511.
511.
Right. And then the inventory from here on starts building for several months.
Yeah.
So that's more competition, right? People need to look at their competition today and get an ideal price point that is going to sell the home. Because I think a seller doesn't know how to sell the home in a sense on the price point, whereas they're so inflated today. Every comment that we get, I get, oh, the market needs to go down more 50 more percent. No, it doesn't need to go down 50 more percent.
No.
It just needs to be priced accordingly for today's market.
Well, you know what's funny is that that agent on that house we're talking about, he did price it accordingly. It got noticed.
It did. But then when you call to see how things are going or put in an offer, oh, they want 1.2. Well, there's no sense in me putting in an offer then.
I know.
You just told me not to.
I
Huh?
know.
I couldn't believe the conversation I had with my people. I called them right away and went, stop thinking about it because I know you were going to talk to family members and discuss it. He wants 1.2 and it's not worth 1.2.
Well, they can't even afford that, right?
I think they could go there, but I wouldn't let them go there because the valuation's not there. The valuation for the house is not at 1.2. So why pay for it?
Well,
Just
we looked through that whole neighborhood, like I said, for like almost 2 years, and we can't find anything at that price.
not at all. So again, someone just picked a number from the apple tree and went, I think it's this way. I think this is the right price, and let's try $1,099,000 for something to do, and let's piss everybody off when they call me to book a second showing or get some offered information or closing dates, and I'll tell them 1.2 and they'll never come back. So that's a great way not to sell your house.
I know. Well, you know what drives me crazy is sometimes it works.
Not in this market today. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the price is. No one if is going to give 1.2.
And you should definitely, whether you're buying or selling, you need to have some confidence and relationship with your agent. Like if
Oh,
you don't trust them and they seem like snaky or they're doing like okay, put it this way, he's doing like a dirty little bit of dirty tactics to sell.
mhm.
So when they have to buy, you think he's not doing the same crap?
People, I just don't think he understands the market. This isn't a market to play those games. Let's be honest, right? It's just not. Just be upfront. Let's just have a good relationship. You work for the seller, I work for the buyer. Seller wants to sell, my people want to buy. Let's work together to make this happen.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be complicated
No.
because there has to be a relationship between a selling agent and a buying agent. We have to work together,
Yes.
right? Offers, closing dates, home inspections, financing. What happens? The inspection goes bad. Like there could be a ton of communication going on through the whole home buying process.
That's
So
right.
why not start it on a good note to work together? Because when that happens, things get done for both parties.
Yeah. And you don't necessarily need somebody. I remember, Mark, it was so funny. So I got interviewed as with three other agents in Innisfil a few years back. And I won't mention the name of, there was another lady, a man, and me. And the client ended up picking me. Actually, I just bought with them again last year too. But anyway, she said, "Oh, the other woman was really, really nice. She was so sweet. We loved her. But we thought that maybe she was a little too sweet." And I thought, "Oh, so you picked me because I was the witch?"
You're less sweet.
She goes, "Because you need a little bit of you need a little bit aggressiveness when you're buying and selling."
Yeah,
They
yeah.
actually thought she was too nice and too much of a pushover.
Could be. Yeah, could be.
But you need to interview people, talk to people, and see who you feel comfortable with
So,
and
good.
you trust.
Yep.
And
I,
if they're talking to you about all these little weaselly things they're going to do to sell, it's a red flag to me.
yeah, there's a market there for that. This one, it's just unfortunate we're not in that market. That's gone. That was gone
Yeah,
3 years.
but Mark, even when you have the bidding war market and we have those markets where we can do that, it's still on the up and up. I'm going to
It,
price it at 6.99. I'm going to look at offer review offers in 7 days. May the best man win. It's still on the up and up. It's not this is going on, what's happening with you. That's just underhanded nonsense.
it's just it's all legal. You
Let
think?
like throw out a price that we would never take in a million years, but it's going to get people in the door.
Yep.
And then when someone's interested, I'm gonna tell them like, this house is worth 1.2, and the seller probably thinks, oh wow, this dude's working for us because
Yeah.
he's getting people in the door.
Yeah, but he's not getting any offers
Well, he did,
yet. 6 days later,
yeah.
he expected offers that day.
And is he gonna get what he's trying to tell them he's gonna get?
I don't think he will. I'll be very surprised. He'll be very, 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 very surprised if he gets something even near there. Anyway, enough about him.
All right,
Let's wrap it up. I think
yeah,
we covered off, what we need to cover off.
I think it's a good one, and I think people just beware and
Yeah, me too.
ask questions. Like, you know what? We are the professionals that we do this every single day. But that doesn't mean that you can't ask questions, like question people.
Ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because a lot of people, well, this, they're the professionals. They know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. Like they're not aggressively asking questions on, well, how are you going to deal with this then? And how are you going to do this? And, you know,
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Ask.
question it.
Okay.
See ya.